Hey guys, cheers. I am here in the VIP lounge in Guarulhos in Brazil, and I thought I had this idea of having or doing a vlog showing how to fly first class on a budget and the experience, whether it's worth it, because it's something that a lot of people talk about it, and I just wanted to show you the whole experience and see, and then you guys can make up your mind basically. So I'll give you kind of like an overview of how I did it, and if you guys are not familiar with first class tickets international, it's really expensive. And I've always wanted to try, and I do believe that the fact that it is the pandemic and the flights are like really like low right now or empty, it was more accessible. So I decided to open my business card on one airline that gives a lot of benefits as far as miles and things like this, and then I just expense everything, or like I try to use the card a lot. That said, you accumulate a certain amount of miles. I try to get the first class tickets like round trip, but it was like so many miles. So here's the trick, and I think that it's like the first tip is when you, and I do believe that this is with most credit cards from airline companies, I would recommend you not do like from a bank that gives you miles and you can purchase from any other airline, but to actually build your loyalty with one particular airline that you fly the most, or whichever that is, that you will get the most benefits that way. And so for me, with my status in the credit card, I actually get free upgrades. So as long as you get main cabin tickets and not like the cheapest one of them all, then you have the free upgrades, and that's just a really cool benefit to have. And so that said, I decided to just try to go with the main cabin. And when I did like Miami, if I fly like domestic flights, I get comfort upgrades all the time, so it's like a no-brainer, especially now in the pandemic. But for international, I've never gotten, and let alone first class. So because of that status, they offer the first class tickets at a very reasonable price. So for instance, for me, I got mine for like $598, which usually the ticket is like 5,000. So you can, get an idea for that. It's like 10% of the value. I think it's well worth it because it's a 10-hour flight. You lay in like a flat bed. So to me, that's the most important, and why I would do it. It's not just the experience that's fabulous and luxurious. Like right now, I am at the VIP room from Latam, and they have like a full kitchen, very gourmet style. Usually it would be self-service, but because of COVID, they are having to serve you. So I just got like a little salad in here, pão de queijo, and I'm just lounging and waiting for the flight time. It doesn't even make that bad to actually have to be here 3 hours, ahead of the time, because you're just enjoying and lounging. You get an hour boarding, so your boarding first class passengers is 1 hour prior to the boarding time, or actually it's a half an hour prior to everybody else, which means you're gonna get a whole experience, and I'm gonna try to show you as much as I can on that. So if you are into the experience and luxurious, you would love it. I am so sure. I used to be a flight attendant, for those of you who don't know this. So I have served, I have worked in the first class, but I've never flew first class internationally. And that's a big deal for me because, like I said, I'll be able to sleep, and I'm so excited about it. And I'll show you all the extras. I don't know how things are being done right now, 2021. When I was a flight attendant, it was literally 20 years ago. It was 2001 or 2000 I started. So it's been quite a while. I'm not sure what has changed, but I'm excited. So I hope you guys are in for the treats. and I would leave a blog post with more of those tips, but that's basically essentially, I think the biggest tip is that build your loyalty with an airline instead of getting the card that gives you miles to like a ton of different ones, because I have seen a lot of benefits, from like priority boarding to like free checked bags, to free upgrades and all of that. And by the way, they gave me a free upgrade from my flight from Atlanta to Indy for free. So I got that first class. It's just an hour and a half. It's not a full service flight. So you're just gonna have priority boarding and just a nicer seat. But the big deal is the international one. So I do recommend you guys to like make sure that you do leave it, because it will make a difference. You will get to your destination like really rested, and I think that's huge. Just arrived back in the US. My skin is just horrible. I have like zero makeup on my skin. Just kind of wanted to do a recap of how everything went. It was just like really smooth. I've never slept so well in my entire life on a flight back to Brazil. It's usually like, if I get 2 hours of sleep, it's a lot, but this time around it was, I don't know, 5+, maybe 6 hours even. So it was really amazing, and it'll be very hard to go back to main cabin. So the plan is to, at least for me and Honey Buns, to fly first class. We'll see, to Brazil. You know, I'm just throwing it out to the universe. But just feeling like really nice, treated and spoiled and blessed, and just all of this, all of the above. Just will be enjoying myself for the next hour or so, and then I'll catch my flight back to Indy. There's still a little bit more, so one more leg on this luxurious little trip, and I'll see if there's anything, if at all, to report, because it's like an hour and a half flight, so I'm not sure if there's gonna be anything at all. So I'll catch you in a little bit. So just landed and wanted to kind of wrap it up, the video, just by saying, like, just giving you an overview of what I think it's worth it and what not. I did some Instagram stories on the way, and I'm gonna be wearing my sunnies because I did take my makeup off in the lounge at the Skyline Lounge at Delta in Atlanta, and I didn't feel like putting makeup back on, so I'm just gonna finish like this. But okay, here's the deal. I flew the first class here from this last leg, which is Atlanta to Indy, and the only benefits of it are the boarding, that you are the first one to board, the first one to get off the plane. So that's just really nice. I don't know if pre-COVID they had any kind of like special service, but right now it's just the same. You know, you get your little cookie or like a Cliff Bar and a, like, what is those, goldfish, and just drinks. So I honestly don't think it is. It's like obviously a nicer chair, you know, where if it's 3 on the plane, it's, you know, it's 2 in the first class. So where if it's 3 in coach, it's 2 in the first class. So you do have a roomier, you know, nicer, more luxe experience. You know, you have your own like overhead bin that's for you. But I honestly don't think that's worth paying a lot more for, unless it's like $100 or whatever. But my overall opinion on the actual first class international is so worth it. I was actually telling Honey Buns, how will I ever go back to main cabin? I don't know. It's gonna be rough, you guys, because I feel so rested. I've never slept so well on a flight. You know, usually to Brazil it's like you doze off and you wake up. I never actually had some solid sleep, and it's a 10-hour flight, 9.5 hours this one to Atlanta. So it's rough, and it's overnight, so you get home and you're cranky, you're sleepy, you're tired, and you know, it's just not a good day. So as far as that, you get super rested. The dining service is really nice. I do think that pre-COVID was even nicer, but right now it's just like you get full bar and you get your meal in like porcelain, and like not real porcelain, but like, you know, dining sets and like real silverware. So it's just a really nice experience, and you know, you get to eat slowly, and the TV is huge, and you know, the system to like lay the chairs, you literally lay flat, which is so nice. I do have a little sample or a little video showing you what's in the goodie bag from the first class. So you get like one of those things that, you know, eye cover for your eyes, not the super nice ones, but it's nice enough. You know, earplugs, you get a super nice blanket and a nice pillow too, nothing like coach class. Whatever, you get like one of those noise canceling headphones that do not hurt your ears. That's also a very nice feature, and it's very individual too, so you have a lot more privacy when you're there. You can work, the little table kind of like slides open to you. So I actually enjoyed myself so much that I didn't even wake up for breakfast. Like, I didn't even have to have breakfast. So relaxed I felt. So that was my overview of it all. I think that it's really, really worth it if you can. And then as far as the credit card, I don't know if I covered it all, but invest in a card that gives mileage for a specific company, or like the company's credit card. I was actually going to tell you that, honey, because we have cards that gave us miles for different companies, and we never get good seats. And it's always all the restrictions, right, to book flights?
Yeah, we got Capital One, and you can use it for any flight, any airline, which is the good part about it.
Yeah.
And you can use it for other travel things as well,
like hotels and stuff.
Yeah.
But do you think it's easy to get? It's not. There's always those. I remember in Florida we were trying to use it for this hotel, and you had to actually spend so much to be able to use the benefits.
Well, my card has some restrictions to it. It has windows, like if you spend between 300 and 500. If you only spend $305, it uses 50,000 miles of miles. So
easier to just spend 600 because it's still gonna be.
Well, you want to spend like 500, you know,
Okay.
because you want to get your full thing of it. But generally, my card is an old card, and that's the reason it's that way. I don't think.
I think we should cancel it and make it all Delta, because that's what my business. So the Delta that I fly, which is the MX, is it's the Delta one, and I've gotten so many benefits. When I went with the girls to Miami, we got up. Or no, I'm lying. I did not get upgrades to Miami because I got the cheapest fare, which there's like main cabin and then there's like the economic fare, which is usually like maybe $100 cheaper, but then you don't qualify for upgrades. So that's one of the little catches in there. So now I buy main cabin, which is, you know, the second cheapest ones. And I always, never fails that we get upgraded to comfort at least. So this was the first time that I got upgraded to first class on my way here, and then I was given the chance to purchase at a very reasonable price the first class one. But here's the thing, you guys, they offer to everybody, like all of their clients, that opportunity to purchase the first class because obviously they want to sell that and make money on those seats. But if by the time that I board there's still open seats on the first class, they will upgrade me for free. I took the chance on the way there. I didn't want to pay because I'm like, oh, I have free upgrades, so they should put me there. But then people bought it and those seats weren't available anymore. So for now, I learned a lesson, and I'm like, it's worth paying, you know, like whatever, $500-600, because it's such a long flight and, you know, 10 hours. So I'm thinking like anything that's like 7 hours plus, it's worth doing that. And like I said, it is the one card that I've experienced the most benefits with. And I'm saying this from Delta because that's what I have the card from, but I'm assuming that every other one from the actual company is best. We used to have the Frontier one and we got good benefits with that because we flew Frontier all the time, right? But now we no longer have that. So I do think that that's the one good tip to stay, you know, to be loyal, build your loyalty with one company that flies to the place that you fly the most. Back in the day, we used to fly to Colorado all the time, and that was Frontier was based there, so that's why we got that. So you guys, I hope this was helpful to you. I hope that it offered a little bit of an insight in this. The tickets and the upgrades, they do come with like a the lounge or VIP rooms, however they're called, complimentary, which is nice because they have full bar, full service of like menus. So when I went to Rio pre-COVID last year, it's like a really nice gourmet kind of self-service type of deal. And now the food is more of like pre-packaged, not as nice, but you know, nice variety. And the bars like full bars, so that's nice because if you sit down at airport, it's so expensive to eat, and then you get yours complimentary, and then everybody else is like, I'm not even sure, it's like $30 fee, which if you have a really long wait of 3 or 4 hours like I did on the way to Brazil, it's so worth it because you're just hanging there. It's a little safer, the bathrooms are nicer and cleaner than your typical airport, so all of that stuff. So if you guys found this helpful and enjoyed the video, I hope that you did. Make sure that you leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I will be resuming my activities again on YouTube, and I'll see you guys soon. Till next time, um beijo.